Coaching with Marina, and thanks for watching this channel. Today we are continuing a series of videos devoted to such things as techniques and active meditations and things like that that help us to concentrate more on our thoughts, become more aware of our thoughts, slow them down, hear them better, understand them better. And this video in particular will be about another such technique called an upside down day. So let's do it. So what is exactly an upside down day? As you may have guessed from the name of the technique itself, it means that within the frames of possibility, while being reasonable, you try to turn your day upside down, meaning you try to do some of the things that you can change within your day. Those things you try to do in reverse, or let's say differently. For example, if you usually wake up in the morning a little bit too late and feel like your morning happens in a rush and you feel like the time is running ahead of you, and maybe you don't even have the time to properly drink your cup of coffee, gather your thoughts, or have breakfast. So you change this part of your day and do the opposite, and you try to wake up a little bit too early. Try waking up 1 hour early. Don't hate me here. I know it's difficult, but it's very helpful and it's worth it. If you usually tend to come to your working place one of the last people, and you already come to your office or whichever other place you work in or study, by the way, if you come one of the last people and among the last people, and if you tend to be a little bit late, or if you tend to come really tired and exhausted because of running and rushing things on your way, etc., by coming 30-40 minutes earlier, you will feel the change in how you think, how you behave. You will feel the change in your energy level. You will feel like you are more in control of your emotional state, of your thoughts, of your actions as a consequence. I used to have a client, a young lady, quite a successful woman now. She used to tell me, Marina, I know I have to wake up earlier than I would normally do, but I wake up 30-40 minutes early so that I come to the office 30-40 minutes early, because during this period of time, the office, quote, the office is mine. It's a small nuance, but really you feel like you own the place, you fill the place with your energy, you feel more comfortable, more confident, and it allows you to, really get hold of your thoughts. So this is what we do on an upside down day. Whatever we can change, wherever during the day we can be flexible, we try to change our routine and turn it upside down. If you, for example, usually meditate in the morning, try meditating in the evening, and vice versa. Or if you don't meditate, try meditating during your day. Add something in reverse to your day, something that you never do, add it to your day and do it and the opposite, something that you always do, leave it. For example, leave it out. If you normally have like a substantial dinner during your day, just don't have dinner. Try to have a more substantial breakfast. So you already understand what I'm talking about. Of course, I'm not talking about the things that are really fixed during our day. From the beginning, I said that we have to be reasonable with this technique. Whatever we cannot change, the time of the beginning of our working day, some important meeting that we have. If we have kids, our kids have a set schedule, etc., etc. Some things, of course, they remain untouched because that is how our life is. Wherever we can be flexible, we try to turn things upside down. Why is this technique useful? Because it allows us to really get out of this autopilot regime. And here our thoughts, provoke ourselves, challenge ourselves, really leave this routine behind and do something unusual, to wake ourselves up. You will ask me here very reasonably, why do we need that? Really, the autopilot regime is very helpful. We are in such conditions where during our day we have to do millions of things, and if some of the things we do in the autopilot regime, it's quite helpful. Yes, indeed, you are right to some extent. Why it is important to get out of the autopilot regime? You are right to say that it's a saving mechanism. It's biologically evolutionary, from the evolution point of view. It's important for our survival. It's a very helpful skill. Probably as species we wouldn't come that far unless we had this mechanism available to us. Really, what the autopilot regime is all about is once the mind learns something, acquires some habit of doing something, habit of thinking about something, a way of acting, behaving, etc., it puts this algorithm or this mechanism onto the shelf of the autopilot regime, and it's located actually somewhere on the subconscious level. Some specialists would say less conscious level. Okay, but I mean, there is no one agreement about what it is. So the mind puts this to the autopilot shelf and says, okay, I've learned that, I'm going to use that every time the situation is the same, similar, and I'm just not going to stress about learning, thinking about the details, learning the steps. I will do the way I learned it. Brilliant. Okay, very useful. At the same time, as I said, this autopilot regime actually, to some extent, puts us to sleep, puts us into this dozing off regime. I love the words of one of the characters of a Russian novel. His name is Oblomov, and the author of this novel is a very famous Russian writer, Ivan Goncharov. So this character, Oblomov, he used to say, I will try to be as close as possible to the idea. Isn't it really true to say that most of our lives we are asleep while seated? This last part, while seated, is a very metaphorical expression that means that actually while seated that we appear awake. We appear to be awake. We appear to be not sleeping. Because we are sitting, apparently we're doing something, either working at our desk or reading a book or writing a message or whatever. But we are actually sleeping while seated, sleeping while being active, sleeping while doing something. And partly it is because of the autopilot regime. I'm not saying that it's completely the autopilot regime is here the only thing to blame. No, of course not. And why do we need to get rid of this autopilot regime sometimes? Because at some point in our life, we feel that these mechanisms that we learned, that these habits of thoughts, habits of actions, are actually no longer helping us. They are actually blocking us from moving forward. And I might be wrong, but my guess is that many of you who are watching these videos about coaching, about transforming yourself, you feel that you are at the stage of your life that can be called transitional. You feel like you've reached a stage that says to you that this is the transition to something new. Probably you already feel deep down at the bottom of your, I don't know, mind, soul, everything. You feel that you already have changed, but it's still not manifesting fully in your life. And this is because this autopilot regime is so strong. And during such transition periods, it is important to free yourself from the autopilot thinking. And probably you also feel that our entire society now is in transition. Many of you are looking for this new form of existing, new job, new lifestyle, new matrix within which you are going to exist. And this is really hard for the mind, and we tend to feel that old algorithms no longer work for us. And it's the simple example that I always give at such situations. I am a driver. I drive a car, and when I know the route, when I know the road inside and out, I drive on the autopilot. I don't have to think about every crossroad, every street light. I know the specifics and the specific traits and characteristics of every crossroads. I know how much time it takes from one corner, from one turn to another turn. So you understand what I mean. I drive on the autopilot. Of course, this frees a lot of energy and a lot of space in my mind to think about more urgent things, more relevant things, more even newer things. I can start planning something for the evening, maybe coming back from work. Yes, I can start planning what I'm going to serve for dinner, things like that. I can absolutely normally take a phone call on the Bluetooth. I can speak to a person sitting next to me. Whereas when the time comes for me to learn a new road, a new itinerary, here my mind starts already saying, look, this is very stressful. I have to learn something new. So it takes a lot of concentration. It takes a lot of attention from my side. I have to be very focused on the road. Probably I cannot even speak on the phone at that time because I'm learning something new. I'm engaged, I'm fully engaged in this process. So this is just a metaphor for saying that many of you maybe feel that the time has come to learn a new route in life, take a new road in life, and of course your mind is becoming very stressed about this situation because it doesn't want to quit its old algorithms and behaviors and habits. So at this point it's very useful to try to waken ourselves up, to bring awareness into what we do normally as a routine, to break this routine and really shift the focus to the present moment, and to become aware of what we are thinking during the day more than we usually are aware. So in that sense, this exercise, the upside down day, is actually a very funny way of experimenting with your day, a very light way, easy, light way of doing it, and hopefully you will find it fun and easy. And please don't forget to share your experience, how it went, what did you feel when you changed the routine of your day, when you experienced an upside down day. I hope it will be quite useful for you. Please share your observations. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you find these videos interesting, and like my video, because that's how YouTube works. So that's it for today. Have fun with your upside down day, and have a great day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are on this planet, and see you again soon. Bye bye.